at the same time, it is impractical and unfeasible to think that we can just go and round up 15 million people. This is why we need responsible immigration policy that addresses the border, visas, employers, and citizenship. Following our 10 proposals, I believe, should be included in any immigration bill that passes Congress. Number one, a sufficient number of troops to protect the border with Mexico. Until we stop the flow of illegal immigrants, some of them walking over an imaginary line called a border, we will not stop the flow into our country. Second, finishing the wall between Mexico and America. We need a physical barrier in place to make it harder for people to come into our country. Third, mandatory assimilation by all immigrants to American culture and not vice versa. China and demand that they speak English. Number four, strict compliance with E-Verify, which is a system in place that allows an employer to check whether or not this particular individual is authorized to work in the United States of America. Number five, mandatory reporting by public officials of illegal aliens. Any public facility, be it a school or a hospital, that has knowledge that someone is using their service illegally as an illegal immigrant in this country must be reported. As a member who works in the faith community with children, I am a mandated reporter if they are receiving signs of physical abuse or sexual abuse. I have to report that by law. We should also make it mandatory that if someone is in this country illegally and they come into a public facility, they also must report it. Stronger oversight and enforcement of overstay visas. We said 41% of the people here came legally and then overstayed their visas. So we need a mechanism in place that allows us to keep better track of these people so that when their visas run out, we have a follow-up mechanism. 7, a feasible guest worker program that includes a grace period exit and expedited legal entry process that includes biometric, criminal, and background checks, whether that's fingerprints or retina scan. There is an economic impact to this. When you take some of these numbers of people we have working in meat packing plants and on farmlands and other areas, it will be a severe impact to our economy. And that's why we need a grace period in place that says that you have a period of time to go out. We will have an expedited process in place that allows you to get your job back, but you apply for a visa, we fingerprint you or scan your retina, now we have record and track of you, and we do it illegally and responsibly, and we don't harm and impact our economy. Number 8, the guest worker program should not be a path to citizenship and should not include rights to U.S. entitlement programs. It's okay to come here and work and get a job and send the money back to your family, the remittances. But you should not be receiving food stamps and other forms of government assistance if you are not a U.S. citizen. And so while I am in favor of this grace period to come and get your visa in an expedited process, this is separate from becoming a U.S. citizen, 2 separate issues. Number 9, guest workers and day laborers must find a sponsoring employer in 90 days or be required to leave the country. So once you receive this visa, you have 90 days, 30 months. Some want 30 days. I think that's unrealistic. So I say 90 days to find a job. If you don't find a job, you have to go back to your country. If you lose your job or quit or get fired, you have that 90-day window again, or you have to go back. Number 10, aliens and employers who are non-compliant should face severe penalties. 10-year ban on guest worker participation for aliens who do not comply with the program. If you do not use this grace period that we are being very gracious to you with, to do it the right way, and we catch you in America legally, you will be forbidden from getting a visa for a 10-year period. If you break the law, you have a lifetime prohibition of becoming a citizen. become a U.S. citizen if you do not follow the rules. We need prison time and seizure assets of illegal aliens, like the bill in Arizona. They can take your car if you can take your possessions. We need some type of meaningful stuff, just like we do with the drug dealers. We can take his car, we can take his house, we can take over his bank account because it's illegal. Finally, a prison time and stiff penalty of employers. And I didn't touch on that, but employers are also part of the problem, and that's why E-Verify must be mandatory and not optional, because we need to make sure that we attack this from all angles. And so I am Isaac Hayes. My website is www, and I have some cards over there on the table, but it's www.isaac, the numeral 4, honesty.com. Isaac4honesty.com. Thank you so much for your time.